We're good. All right. I heard it, but I wasn't sure. All right, let's get started. Hey, before DB, can you hear me clear? All right, good. All right. Let's get started. Tonight is Thursday, September 8th, 2022. Let's get our town council meeting called to order. All agendas are subject to change to up and until the time of the meeting. This meeting of town council will proceed hybrid as permitted under the Maryland Open Meetings Act. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. And Rick, do you mind leading us off, please? To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, sir. Roll call, please.
Here.
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 Ms. Kabler. Here. Ms. Lawton. Mr. Hummel.
Here.
And Mayor Benton.
Here.
I went out of order at this time.
That's all right.
That's
I was
right.
like-
Y'all are looking at me like,
Well, we're not used to that. All right. Let's go ahead and get a motion to approve the agenda as presented. May I have a motion?
Second.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye and raising their hand.
Aye.
I'm sure Councilman Dotson approved.
Yes.
Thank you. Let's move right into minutes from the July 14, 2022 meeting. Motion to approve the minutes from the July 14, 2022 town council meeting as presented.
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
We have a second. We have any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 I heard him. Motion to approve the minutes from the September 1st, 2022 work session as presented.
So moved.
We have a first. Do we have a second?
second.
We have a second. So we have first, a second. Any discussion?
I just have a question. So on the, let's see, which is, I'm looking at the paragraph number. It's, sorry, it's B. It's about the trees, the contract for the trees. It says in there that, Dotson requested the same turnaround time to obtain a proposal for the trees in the sidewalk. Does that, what does that mean in terms of time? Is that like by next work session we'll have? Okay, so. Awesome, thank you. Thank you.
All right. So any more discussion? So we have a motion. We have a second. We've had discussion. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Fantastic.
Aye.
All right, let's move right into schedule appointments, a Board of Appeals vacancy appointment. In your paperwork, you have the information from a Mr. Fred Noble. I need a motion to appoint Mr. Fred Noble to the North Beach Board of Appeals.
Move to appoint Fred Noble to the North Beach Board of Appeals.
We have a motion. We have a first. We have a second.
Second,
We have a second. Any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Is Mr. Noble on here? Mr. Noble, can you hear me? Thumbs up. Well, the light's on. Hello, hello. Well. Yep. Hold on one second.
Gone now.
He gone.
Probably trying to turn on his microphone.
That's all right. That might be better for us.
There we go. I think.
Mr. Noble, can you hear me?
Okay, now I can hear you. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Mickey. Let's start this all over again. We're gonna act like we haven't started now.
Sorry about that.
No. We had some technical difficulties on our end. So thank you so much for being here. We're going to go ahead and we had a motion to approve. It's unanimous. We appreciate you applying for the position. Now I'm going to go ahead and swear you in. If you don't mind, if you can hold up your right hand. I state your name.
I, Frederick Noble,
Do swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
do swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance
that I will be faithful and
bear true allegiance
bear true allegiance
to the state of Maryland
to the state of Maryland
and support the Constitution
and support the Constitution
and laws thereof,
and laws thereof,
and that I will,
and that I will,
to the best of my skill
to the best of my skill
and judgment,
and judgment,
diligently and faithfully,
diligently and faithfully,
without partiality
without any partiality
or prejudice,
or prejudice,
execute the office of
execute the orders of
North Beach Board of Appeals
North Beach Board of Appeals
according to the Constitution
according to the Constitution
and laws of this state.
and the laws of this state.
Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We
Is that it
appreciate-
then?
That is it. I know you have to run. He also has another meeting. He would have been here, but thank you so much. And if y'all have any questions for him, his information is in the package.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And Stacy, I'll probably be in touch with you on Monday. I'm going out of town this weekend.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
All right. Let's move right into public safety report. So we had. I appreciate that. And if you, as we all are all around town, we see the deputies. So, get a chance, stop, talk to them, get to meet them. They're all working hard every day. Council, do y'all have any questions for?
I just have a quick question. Hi. I have seen you all walking around the boardwalk a lot. It's not my question, but it's great to see you there. So I just want to say that. But are there any, I didn't see any speeding stops in the last 2 months?
We have multiple traffic stops. I can't.
Okay.
I think that mic is off.
Oh, it is. You get on the side there. Thank you, Greg. There you go.
There you go.
All right.
So I've just, this is, just ad hoc, just walking around town a lot and just feel like there seems to be more speeding around the, Mexico, like heading out of town area. So I just wondered if you all had noticed anything like that or.
Yes, we have done some speed enforcement there. We actually put the speed trailer there, and the average speed coming in and out of the town there is, I think, was 36 or 37, if I recall correctly. So that's not abnormal, but it is above the speed limit. But as far as being abnormal for other speed limits, if you do a 45-mile-an-hour speed zone, the average speed there is about 55. So about 10 miles an hour over is about the average speed for a speed limit area. So 35, 36 is about average. Nothing abnormal, but they are speeding, but it's outrageous.
Okay.
But we are increasing our presence there. I think the lady across the street there
That-
sees me often.
Yeah.
waves to me often,
Okay.
so
I mean, I noticed it obviously mostly on weekends, but
yes.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just wanted to bring that to your attention.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you. Any other questions?
I also want to just briefly point out, so at the last first Friday, last Friday, Just want to recognize fact that it was great to see deputies out there walking around on bikes and stuff like that. It's just great to see that. So thank you for making that happen.
Yes, absolutely.
Any other questions, council? All right, the report is in board docs for the community to look at. So it's out there. If you have any questions, please reach out to Gary, reach out to Lieutenant Hollinger. They are available. And what we tell a lot of, and if you're out and about and you see something, unless it's a 911 situation, please call 535-2800. 535-2800. And what that will do is the dispatch knows who's on duty, reach out to the duty officer. We do have a schedule, but it changes due to training, due to sick or whatever. So 535-2800, unless it's 911. If it's a 911 situation, don't call the 535.
Right.
Call 911. But what we have found, we're very blessed to be a town that most of the time it's a 535-2800. So 410. Yep. 410-535-2800.
Option 0.
Yep.
And that will get you to the duty officer. They'll put the call for service in, they'll dispatch us right out.
And usually they're within a couple, reasonable amount of time, but it's easier than trying to figure out who's on duty. So thank you so much. All right, Joe, treasury report.
Yes, the reporting period is for the month of June. We have a total of, and I was gonna start something new. I didn't think should read all the numbers every month. The total cash available to the town of North Beach for the month of June was $4,211,000. The same period last year was $5,569,000. One of the most prominent things is the hotel tax revenue. This month it was $7,467. So that's significant as far as that goes.
And I do want to point out, when we talk about hotel tax, a lot of people get confused and say, well, we don't have a hotel. What that's taken into account is our VRBOs. That's mainly,
That's all it is.
yeah, right now. So when you're looking at the rental situation in our town, we actually do bring in revenue to help code enforcement and zoning when it comes to our VRBOs and really all rentals, but the money is coming in from the vacation rentals, or what we call short-term rentals. And it is increasing. We are a very popular town. So that's good to see that those numbers are going up. Any questions for Joanne before we move on? All right, thank you. All right, DB's on the call.
Good evening, everyone. In my report, you'll see the first item I have here. If anybody was in town yesterday, you would have noticed it looked like an army of BG&E trucks. So I just wanted to explain a little bit what was going on at the library site with the BG&E trucks on site yesterday. They were there. What happened was BG&E was on site yesterday. They completed the relocation of the existing power lines, and that were the overhead power lines that fed the Welcome Center from Chesapeake Avenue down to 5th Street at 5th and Bay. Once the site work is started, it was kind of discovered by the contractor, myself, that when he laid out the building and the crane was to set up to drill those piles that the building actually sits on, he was going to be very close to BG&E lines. So we called the county architect and engineer, and they came out. They did confirm that, yes, it would be too close to take a chance to drill with the lines being hot. So they had to come in and relocate the lines underground. And that all happened, and we were able to work with BG&E and the subcontractor, and we only lost power to the Welcome Center for about 4 hours. They talked about maybe being a couple weeks because they didn't know if they'd get the crews there, didn't know if they get the timing down, but they actually worked out really well. And I just bring this up for a couple of reasons, because one, it was paid for by Calvert County, but if you go down to that site now and just the view without those overhead lines in the way is actually, I think, a great benefit to the town. They took all the lines down, they cut the poles down. The only thing left now is the Comcast line that runs from Chesapeake Avenue to Fifth and Bay and then over south towards South Winds. And I checked that line out pretty thoroughly the last couple of days, and it doesn't appear to be any drops or any connections off of that Comcast line. So we're working with Comcast to try to also maybe remove that line. And it is scheduled to be put underground from Chesapeake to Bay Avenue. But if that line can be totally removed, that means those poles can be pulled out and we won't have any utilities in the way, line of sight from Fifth and Chesapeake all the way around to mid-block at heading towards South Winds, heading south on Bay Avenue. And that's about it. All I had on that. Does anybody have any questions on the other items that are on my report or questions about the library?
Sounds good. Thank you so much, DB. And again, his report is available on board docs, both for the public and for council, as y'all know. Let's move right into code enforcement zoning report.
Good evening.
Good evening. So his report is in there. What would you like to pass on? I know there's a lot of activity. What do you got that you want to pass on?
Most of what I've been dealing with, I've been talking to Alyssa all day about. So we've got some dangerous trees that we finally got into court. We're going to be able to take down if the property owner doesn't abate them in the next 60 days. One of the, I guess, weird things, we waited for 3 weeks to get the court notice back to get our abatement order so that we could go onto the property. And we never got it. So when I called the courts, they told me that they are no longer sending those notices out after court as a cost saving measure. If you want them, you have to come in and order them and pay for them. So we went this morning and they didn't make us pay the 50 cents a sheet. They gave them to us, but they are not sending court notices out. So when we go to court, we're going to have to stay after court every day and then wait and ask for copies of things.
And we need that documentation. We just can't go on somebody's property.
No.
We met with the sheriff, the other Lieutenant Hollinger, myself, Rick, and we talked about it, and we need the paperwork. Even though in court they cite it for us, we just can't, because if they come out,
What
yeah,
we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do certified mail and a process service to have the person make sure they get the notice so that we can say ahead of time they knew already. We're going to post the property and then we'll send a copy to the sheriff. So the day that we go out there, there won't be any issues.
and these are all steps above the call too. We want to work with residents. We're not trying to do something to harm them. So these are above and beyond the call of duty. So I appreciate that, Rick. The report is in here, both for him, obviously zoning, and also Croto, who's out and about in the golf cart. You see him. He's working hard out there. We do have our rental inspections going on. We have business inspections going on. We have the yards and all that good stuff.
Have
So
our contractor to work with the planning commission to move forward on the comprehensive plan. So we will meet the first time this month. And I'll get with Alyssa sometime this week so we can get the contract done.
stay tuned. The public's going to be invited to everything. We're going to do a great job. So just stay tuned, everybody. Any questions for Rick before we move on? Nope. All right. Thank you, Rick. Marketing.
And my microphone's on. Let's see. There has been there was a company called Rockport Analytics at the boardwalk over the Labor Day weekend. They're talking with people. This is in conjunction with Maryland Office of Tourism. They're doing surveys and they're studying visitation patterns, economic impact of those people that like to visit areas around the Chesapeake Bay. So they were here over Labor Day weekend. September 17th, they're supposed to come back, and then October 1st and October 8th. So you may see people around the boardwalk. They should have, identification and things like that. There's also flyers at the Welcome Center for anyone that's interested in seeing the information. And I sent an email blast out about that as well. Taste the Beaches is coming up September 17th. It is an event in Chesapeake Beach. We've kind of teamed up with them to do a kickoff So the September 12th through the 16th, the week before, we tried to get as many businesses as we could in North Beach and Chesapeake Beach to participate in like a Taste the Beaches in their business. If they, most of them can't come out the day of the actual event. So we suggested specials, drink items on their menu, anything to get the people in their business the week prior so they can kind of participate that way. We had some participation from North Beach and Chesapeake Beach, but I've been working with them on an interactive map with hyperlinks and stuff so that people can learn more about the businesses in the Twin Beaches. So it was nice to kind of partner with them on that. Of course, North Beach will have a table there the day of. I think we may have some shirt sack items to sell and just information about the town. What else? Appreciation Day for the farmers market is Saturday. The market's 8 to 12 in the morning, and they'll have a raffle of a gift basket, face painting, and community conservation is doing some crafts. What else? Oh, another thing to mention, I thought this was kind of neat. In August, we had a video production company in town, actually on the boardwalk, and they videoed a local wounded warrior and his wife. They enjoy walking on the boardwalk, and they wanted to use the video footage in a promotion for the Wounded Warrior Project Independence Program. The woman that headed that up is supposed to send me a link when they're done that, so that will be interesting to see. And then just some business news. The local Edward Jones financial advisor, Josh Wynn, was named to the Forbes Next Gen Best In-State Wealth Advisors for 2022. So I thought that was neat, a local business here. We've all seen the sign, City Sliders is coming soon. We have a new store called Dusk and Willow on Bay Avenue. They're above the Bakist. And then another store coming soon on Chesapeake Avenue is Ella's Whimsy Clothing Boutique. And then the rest, you have my report if you have any questions. And good job to Team North Beach Dragon Boat Festival.
I just had a curiosity about the farmers market. I noticed that the number of vendors has sort of dwindled. Is there a particular reason?
I think last weekend, the holiday weekend, had a lot to do with it. Stacy might want to comment. And then also, I know that the summer produce items and stuff that's kind of going out, and then the fall is coming in. Do you want to?
No, you said it.
Okay. So hopefully this weekend we'll see an increase
Okay.
of that.
Close down.
It does. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Any questions? Oh, thank you so much, Don. Is Lisa on?
I am on.
Okay.
Here I am. Hi, everybody. Lisa Garrett, Community Conservation. We had a really great event last weekend at the Farmers Market, the Migration Celebration. I had a bunch of volunteers come out and help, and we tagged monarch butterflies and released them for their fall migration. So people got to help do that. That was very exciting, and a good crowd came out for that. So I was asked to come back again. So we will be doing crafts this Saturday at the Farmers Market again. We'll be out, not tagging monarchs though, sorry. Another exciting thing happening on this Saturday is we're going to be having our first Owl Prow of the season at 6 o'clock over at Wetlands Overlook Park. And we're going to be having a whole slate of events over at Wetlands Overlook Park for the whole fall in September, October, November, and December. So I hope people will come out to either see us at the Farmers Market or see us at the Owl Prow.
Thank you so much, Lisa. And,
Oh, I do
look
have
forward to-
one other thing. We are moving forward with the mitigation project over at Wetlands Overlook Park. We've been meeting with some of the different vendors, and we're hoping to get it planted with the native riparian habitat restoration, which has been going on for a couple years due to things. And so we're really excited to move forward with getting that planted over there. Oh, and there's good pictures in my report of us rescuing an osprey that got injured over at Horizons on the Bay. It injured its wing and got stuck on the balcony up at on the very top. And my friend Mary Hollinger, who works with a local rehabilitation group called Owl Moon, we caught him and he went up there. I don't know if you can see in the picture, but he got after he got fixed up, he got bling. He got a band, a silver band on his leg that shows that he was a young of this year. And then we released him a couple days later back off of the balcony, and he went down to be with his family and hopefully go on migration. And this Saturday, I'm going to Horizons they have an annual goodbye migration celebration to the ospreys. So people have been calling us when they find injured animals, and we'll try to help when we can and support animal control if it's some kind of animal like that.
Thank you so much. Anybody else have any questions for Lisa? Nope. Thank you so much, Lisa.
Thank you.
All right, let's move to the waterfront report. What month, what are we now? We're 4.5 months and to do is May, June, July, August. No, for Phil still being here.
I'm still here.
He still showed up. So I know. So Phil has his report. He's going to have pass on some stuff, but please take a look at the report. Phenomenal job down there. So thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Nope. Is it on?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah, everything's in the report. The only thing I kind of really want to pass on is that moving forward, we will be collecting beach fees, rental fees, and fishing fees on weekends only through September. But other than that, we're just kind of gearing down and kind of getting everything together to move forward into Christmas, like you said. Anybody have any question?
I just want to say thanks for you and your crew for helping with the movies and whatnot and all the other things they do down there. I just know I work more hand in hand with them during that.
Yeah.
So
You do all the work, so it's fine.
still helpful to have them there.
Yeah.
Now and you get a chance to go down, there's many changes that has been done over the last 4.5 months. We look forward to going into the holiday season. We do still have a lot of events coming up, so it's far from over. So just again, thank you publicly for your hard work, your staff's hard work. And we get a lot of compliments down there. So thank you. Keep up the great work. Any questions for Phil?
I just want to say thank you for the umbrellas on the pier.
Hello, him.
That was you?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm not. mad at you. You put him up and
We
take
put
him
'em up.
down every
That's
day.
true.
His
right?
idea. Yeah, but we did put
He's
him
a
up.
good idea, man.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah. But anyway,
They are
I
a
think
big
they're
hit.
great. I actually I use them.
Yeah, they get used
Yeah.
all the time. So
We do have a couple more going up at the very end, so stay tuned.
We or Phil?
Well, all right, he does. Leave me alone. Next, please. Can you turn off our mic now, please? Mickey, any other questions for Phil? Nope. Thank you so much, Phil.
thank you.
Let's move right into public comment. The town of North Beach welcomes public comment. If you're in attendance at the meeting, please step to the microphone, state your name and address, and limit your comments to 3 minutes. If you're joining via Zoom, please enter your comments in the chat box.
Good evening, everyone. I'm George Kelly. My mother, Loretta Santadi, and I live at 4032 Fifth Street. We also own the property at 4030 Fifth Street. The comment basically is, within about last 4 months, we've had people coming out. I guess the gentleman bought a house at 9106 Chesapeake Avenue and plans to put apartment buildings and a business. So periodically in the last 4 months, we've had people in the alley and they're saying that this is going to be hard topped and everything. 3 weeks ago, we actually had a survey crew out there and they're telling us that it's going to be hard topped and traffic will be coming in and out. So we're trying to figure out what's happening. We addressed it with Rick about 3 or 4 months ago. So he's in knowledge about the situation, but now we're seeing survey crews in the back of the yard. So we're trying to figure out the stance of the town on this, because the person at 9106 does not touch the alley. He's catty cornered to it. So there's been talk of him buying property from a portion of the 4038 Fifth Street so that he can get into it. And Rick had said he thought they might even try the beauty salon to get into the alleyway. So we're trying to see the stance because it also brings up safety issues, cars going in and out. It's only one way. We certainly, when we had our house built, we're required to put parking on the back, so we would not want snow blocking us or on our fence. So any clarification, officially, unofficially, we would love it.
I would have to call Rick up at this moment in time. Have they been in front of the Board of Appeals, Planning Commission? Not, all right, so I mean, there's nothing that we know about and they would have to go to him first, so I don't. Yeah. Yeah, I would say at this moment in time, that's not, and I don't, even then, it's not going to be used as a roadway. There's no way that can happen. People use it now, but it's not designed for a passageway. Right, but even then, it's, you know, so people, but not as a throwaway.
But the surveyor, and we have a survey, whole thing, from where the property is on Chestnut, all the way to Dayton Avenue.
I can't, I mean, at this moment in time, they have not met with the town of North Beach.
If they should, what is the
There's,
process?
I cannot imagine that would be allowed to be a road. That's an alleyway. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, it's the Board of Appeal, you get the Planning Commission, absolutely. Absolutely. But as of today, he has not met with them or they have not presented. Yeah. So just hang tight, keep your eyes out. I know y'all get the updates, emails and text messages. Anything we do with the Board of Appeals, Planning Commission or anything like that is notified to the public. Plus we put placards out to let people know about the meetings coming up. So, but as of right now, it's a conversation with them and so I don't know who else, not us. But thank you though for bringing it. At least it puts it up front here so we can look for it. And anybody online? Any comments? All right. All right, let's move right into reports. I'm gonna go ahead and really skip over and let the council give their reports. And I'm gonna start with, all right, hold on. Did I skip anything? Public comments? No ordinance, no business item? Nope. Let's move right to council reports. I'm gonna start with Councilman Troncone down here.
Just like to thank everyone for coming out and enjoy the nice weather we're starting to roll into.
Thanks for everyone coming out and had a great time at the Dragon Boat races. We did well. I don't know, what came in seventh. Our boat came seventh, sixth,
Seventh or
something in there.
eighth-ish?
But we are ish. There was a big,
Seven.
big-ish. Let's call it seven. I like that.
But we beat Chesapeake Beach.
Yes. Yes, they did.
Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Get it? We win by hate. You don't win if you don't show up. So
Right.
not going to happen. But so we had good friends with State Farm and Edgewater, which they did better than we did. But Mickey and myself were on their team. So we got a medal.
Yeah,
think?
I actually, when I was gonna do this later,
Okay.
I have a medal from that to put downstairs in our trophy case, because technically part of Team North Beach got sixth place with State Farm and Edgewater.
Right. So that's how it is. So it was a great day, great lot of fun. Everyone enjoyed it. And I'm glad it's back. That's what I want to say. I'm glad it's back here. And that's all.
Thank you so much.
I'm too tired to talk. I'm still recovering from the dragon boat. I mean, that was the first time I never done it. It was really it was pretty hard. It's hard. Okay. Anyone who's thinking about it, it's hard. Bill, you're out next year and your whole crew. All right. I just have a quick flood committee update. At the June meeting, I talked a little bit about how I'd be working alongside with the flood committee, looking for grants. I talked about how there's a lot of big flood mitigation, flood infrastructure grant money floating around, a lot of federal money. So in that vein, on August 31st, again, working with the flood committee, we submitted 3 notices of interest for some FEMA grants, three FEMA grants actually that are administered by the Maryland Department of Emergency Management. These NOIs, notices of interest, they total a little over $2 million and they're, designed to fund 3 big infrastructure projects relating to our pumps on 7th and 9th and also the seawall. So the way this works is by the end of September, we should hear from the state as, far as whether we made it to the next round. So I don't know if we will, but we're out there actively looking for these grants and applying for them. So other than that, nothing else. I'm sad summer's over. And thanks for those of you who came out.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yes, echoing everyone else, thank you for coming out. People are here, and also for the people that are on the Zoom. Yes, it was my first time also with Dragon Boat. We'll be doing it in the future. That was really a lot of fun. Just a little bit on the environmental committee. We just had our meeting. We've identified those items that we want to go forward with in terms of what we will submit for the next award. The committee now has everything. They're going to look at it, and in the upcoming work session meeting in October, they will let me know which one of those that they will take forward and do. Not all of the items are the responsibility come under the responsibility of the environmental committee. Some of those items belong to other or parts of the organization. So a lot of coordinating needs to happen. So very proud of what the committee has done. A little bit on the recycling campaign that we started. Dawn and I will be working on the door tags next week. They'll be ready. And then
with the Dragon Boat. We were short on our team, which was why we drafted other teams. But part of that was we were also drafted for them. So I know a few of us, we were expecting 2 races. And I know I rode 6. Ken was 4 or 5. Yep. And then a few of the other people I drag in also rode 6. I know, I think one of them rode 7 because he rode for another team as well, besides ones we had commitments to. So we were all pretty fried by the end of the day. But it was a great event. It was fun. I was happy it was back. Happy we helped State Farm get 6th place. That's always fun. Excited for next year for when it comes back. Hopefully in June won't be as chaotic as it was this time in August with all the other things going on that day. So, but other than that, I have a movie not this weekend, next weekend, and it's Ghostbusters Afterlife, and that's the last movie for the town for the season, pending any weird changes. So, and that's it.
Thank you so much, Mickey. And I commend you. You stepped up, you led. So I really appreciate that. And I'm not going to back down that we beat Chesapeake Beach.
I had a ton of help from staff.
Absolutely.
So, like staff across the board.
So what I do want to pass on as people are watching this from home or out, our staff makes events look pretty easy, but it's not. It is a lot of work outside of the event, during the event, and well after the event, when everybody that loved the idea of the event went home, they're still there working. That particular day, Phil's staff was there at 5 a.m. and they didn't leave till 10 p.m. That's a long day. So I commend them. I think they rocked it. All the staff did, all the residents, all the visitors. So I just want to commend everybody for a great job. And then thank you so much for coming. And if we hear anything, I promise you, but if you hear anything else, bring it to us. We'll do what we can do on our side. Same thing, anybody out there. Thank you so much for coming. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
So moved to have a second?
Second.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 So moved. Thank you so much.
Oh.
He step off.